You're now tuning into another episode of the Hoodie and Headband podcast show. As always, I'm your co-host, Bryce Warner.
Let me coach turn me down.
It's a new week. I gotta ask you, how you doing?
Doing good, man. I can't complain. NBA season is back. College right around the corner. Exhibition have begun.
Sir.
Today my one of my little brother's birthday. Shout out to my boy Khalil. The boy 23.
Lil. Jordan year for Lil.
That boy old. He said, what he texted me? He said something like Jordan Dream year or something. I said, not you and your King James year. He said, no.
King James year. Ooh.
He said, don't do that.
That's ugly.
But nah, shout out to my
boy. You know he's a Kobe guy.
Nah, facts. You know that boy.
You know he barely know what Kobe did in his
LeBron will never be Kobe. Like
he barely know what Kobe did in his career outside of his last game.
Facts. He ain't even watch that game. I was like, boy, you ain't seen him drop 60? Nah. Boy, you get on my nerves. But
I got like they were gonna go to the playoffs after that. Like
always. Every year. We go to the finals every year. I'm like,
your brother's a trip, man. Shout out to your brother, though.
I was about to say, if we ever want to get some real laughs on this show, it'll be bring him on here and let him talk.
Bring him on the show. It'll be for jokes only. We bring him on here just to talk nonsense for an hour.
Sometimes he makes sense. Sometimes I'll be like, you really just said that? So, yeah. But shout out one of my young boys.
Yes, sir.
23. Proud of my boy. You know, not a lot of people make it to 23, so shout out to him.
Amen.
But yeah. Other than that, and rest in peace to my man Matthew Perry, Chandler Bong, Chandler Bing, favorite character on one of my favorite shows, man. It was. I didn't want to believe it. I was like, nah, it's TMZ.
I saw it. I was like, man, nah, that's terrible.
But hey, man, you know I'm gonna still watch my show. I'm gonna still get my laughs in, but it's definitely gonna be different to watch it now. Yeah. But yeah, man. How about you, bro?
I'm good. I can't complain, man. It's been a good day. It's been a damn good day. You see the jersey. You see what I got on today. You see what I got on. When the last time I wore Duke gear on the show? It's been a little bit. College basketball season is around the corner. And the greatest news I woke up to a long time. Oh, hold on, let me turn on Do Not Disturb. Greatest news I woke up to this morning was that Cooper Flag is a Blue Devil. I mean, I knew it was going to happen. A lot of speculation thought it was going to happen. Whatever, you know, he only visited. Well, he had a couple schools visit, but he canceled visits to Kansas, and then he canceled another visit. I don't know, but I know it was Kansas. He canceled a visit to, and I mean, Kansas. Hey, never blue blood school. That would have been tough. That would have been a tough grab, but he canceled the trip to Kansas. He went to UConn. Only went one trip at UConn. Whatever. Took a trip to Duke. And they took another trip to Duke. Was at the Countdown, the Craziness, I believe it's called. And yeah, it was announced today that Cooper Flag will be a Duke Blue Devil in 2024. I cannot wait. I will be there regardless to watch. No matter what. That boy's something special. I'm not gonna say it because I know Tariq gonna get mad. But hey, I did see him play in person, so you know what that means. But all in all, though, I'm good, though. It's been a good day.
Oh, you saw. Huh? You fired him. You couldn't even see him. You saw one dunk.
Listen, that boy flew.
I knew you was gonna say something stupid like that.
You lucky I didn't tweet the tweet that I wanted to make, because y'all would have been on my head. So I didn't think to run out. So I knew not to run out, but I ran out a little bit on TikTok today. Made a little TikTok video. Videos doing numbers, you know. But all in all, though, man, I'm glad to be, just recording another episode. It's always good to record. Love the thing that I do, making basketball content, especially with my boy Tariq. So be on the lookout for some things this week, man. We got a lot of things cooking up in the lab. Got a special special little project. It's a special guest coming up at the end of this week. So stay on the lookout for that. Be tuned in for that. Watch out for that. Make sure you tap in and follow us at the H&H Show. Follow Multiplicity Media at Multiplicity MG on Twitter. And yeah, man, be on the lookout for all of it, man. It's a basketball season is at its height. Got a lot of stuff to talk about, with college basketball coming up, NBA basketball started. It's time, man. It's the best time of the year, in my opinion, man. But yeah, I'm good though, man. Babysat my nephew today for a little bit. Had him watching highlights. Start him early. Started him early, man. But
Who you had him watching?
Well, I had him watching Cam Thomas.
Oh hell no. Oh hell no, man. This is why niggas can't get out the hood. Nah, let me chill.
What you mean, man? Cam Thomas is a scorer, dog. That boy
That is it.
The ball in the basket.
That is it.
That boy gonna put the ball in the basket, man. And listen, if he's in an increased role this year, it's gonna be good for him. He's gonna learn how to play better defense. He's going to be in better situations. He's gonna learn how to be a player this year. He's gonna learn how to be a player. I think he's like 22 maybe. He only did 1 year at LSU. It's only his third season. He is 22. Yeah.
Learn how to be a pro.
I mean, a lot of room to develop, man. He sat on the bench for a couple of seasons. Didn't really play much unless it was needed, like the year whenever they had COVID protocols. And he played that one game when it was like KD, him, Kessler, Edwards, they were on sharp. I want to say David Duke Jr. was the starting lineup. Something crazy like that. Whenever everybody named mom had COVID and it was just KD and the rookies. And then you had a couple games. He had a game winning shot on the Knicks in his second season, I believe. Not second season. That would be last year. I don't know why I said second season like that. But he had a game. He had a great game against the Knicks. Came off the bench in that game. Clutch game, whatever. Just scored again as I'm watching him against the Charlotte Hornets. Had 3 straight 40-point games. Cam Thomas is really that man, bro. He's really him. I don't want to say him. Why are we going back to saying him? But Cam Thomas,
Who is we?
I don't know why. When I say we, I don't mean we. I'm just saying we as in like collectively in general. But all no, bro. Cam Thomas, I've been right about. All right. I kind of transitioned to our first topic as I was talking about how I'm doing, but yeah, no. Observation. Cam Thomas is that guy, and I've been saying that since he got drafted, right? And I mean, all in all, though, with Cam Thomas being behind James Harden, Kyrie Irving, Patty Mills for crying out loud, doggone. What other guards did they have at the time?
Joe Harris, Seth Curry.
Joe Harris, Steph Curry. Yeah, I don't know why I blinked on that just now. David Jr. Yeah. Kessler Edwards. But yeah, all in all, though, all the guards and like wings and stuff that got minutes over Cam and like barely got a shot, and like how he barely got a shot his first couple seasons, like being that he was behind a lot of other players that were just better than him overall or just already established. Also with the coaching as well, with Steve Nash being the coach and running the team the way he ran the team, as opposed to Jacque Vaughn and him running the team the way he ran the team. And
don't blame that on Steve.
No, I'm not saying I'm blaming it on Steve. I'm saying like Jacque Vaughn is giving Cam more of a chance than Steve Nash ever did or could,
Last year he benched him after he had the week.
I mean, he did too. I know. I'm getting to that. Hold on. Let me get to that because it was some questionable decisions in the first couple of games with Jacque Vaughn. Jacque Vaughn brought him in, off the bench, first quarter. I'm like, okay, yeah, Cam sees some good time. He had like 20-something in the first half, in the game with 36, but got subbed out at the 10-minute mark of the fourth quarter and got subbed back in the 3-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Like, we could have Nets could have won game one if Cam Thomas just stayed in for the whole fourth quarter instead of getting switched in and switched out and did his offense defense thing that John Bond is trying to do. Like, it's not it. And then again, in the game against whatchamacallit, Dallas. So all in all though, man, I'm glad Cam Thomas is finally getting his moment, finally getting that shine. He's starting. I know Cam Johnson is still out, is gonna be out for the next week or so. Um, so I don't know how the lineup is going to change when he does come back. But I don't know. I feel like regardless, though, maybe Cam Thomas should be a starter. So I'm glad Cam Thomas is playing good. I'm glad the Nets are up at the current moment to against the Charlotte Hornets. And I'll return it over to you, Tariq. We're only 2 to 3 games in this early. We're early into the new season, to a fresh season, and it's a lot we've seen so far. So, what are your early observations or reactions or just notes that you've had in the first week of the NBA?
One of my first takeaways watching games, one, watching a lot of games at the same time is very difficult to do. And
Yes,
I
I have
gotta get mode because I've been falling asleep at like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, like missing like a lot of stuff. I
Mhm,
miss like Curry go off. I miss
mhm.
some stuff. But a lot of young players need to learn how to. I don't want to say learn how to, but they got to understand the game of basketball. And it
Mhm.
sounds crazy to say, but if you watch certain players, they're still doing the same things they were doing their rookie season that they were doing in high school. It's gonna work in high school. It might work for the G League Ignite. It might work in college. It's not gonna work in the league. And they
Believe.
have to realize that
Yeah.
there are players that have been on bad teams and have to get rid of those bad habits, like a Jalen Green.
Yeah.
Like the talent is there, the skill is there, but the understanding of the game, the IQ. I'm not saying it's not there, but it's got to grow. You've got to show growth from year to year, and he still looks like the same player from last year. It's just
Yeah.
in the past there, but it's not the player that the Rockets need him to be.
Yeah.
Um, Jordan Poole. I haven't been able to watch a lot of Wizards game because a lot of games get blacked out, and I'm not about to waste my time streaming a Wizards game. No offense.
Hey.
Uh, but from what I've seen, Jordan Poole is out here he just he's doing stuff that he's like, oh, there's nobody to stop me from doing whatever I want because I'm Jordan
Right.
Poole.
And I had a feeling it would be like that. I had a feeling Jordan Poole would really be on his Jalen Green last year and really just play how he wants to play. I'm gonna get 30 every night. I can score the ball at a high rate, and I'm gonna do that because this team ain't trying to contend for nothing no time soon. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, we're still trying to figure this out. Whatever. I knew like him and Kuz would be guys that I would pick for fantasy because I knew they're gonna have.
I would throw Kuz in that conversation
You
though
want to throw
because
Kuz in that conversation? I
we
mean, I play Kuz because
we've
Kuz had
seen
30 minutes.
Kuz play in contending teams, championship winning teams. We've seen him play on teams that are outside and like fighting to play in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Uh, I think Kuz understands, his role and how to play basketball the right way. And I'm not saying that
Oh
Jordan,
yeah, yeah. No, no. I agree with that.
I,
I was saying Kuz
but
as a
I don't think Kuz
Kuz
goes
would
out there
play
like
well.
there's nothing to stop me from taking this shot.
Yeah, no, because I know Kuz played well last year in Washington. And I knew he was going to play well again in Washington this year. So that's what I'm saying. Like, those would be guys I would pick from that team in terms of fantasy if I were to pick them up or whatever. I just know between those two, that duo, I will have a good production from them night in and night out. I can rely on that.
Yeah. Yeah, for Jordan Poole, it's just gotta be you gotta realize it's not just about you, you know. Just because your team's not competing this year doesn't mean next year there's not some players that might want to come there and help y'all compete next year. But
Right.
the way you play, there's not gonna be players that are like, oh, I want to play with Jordan Poole. Who's gonna do that? And you know, yeah, he might have been scapegoated by Golden State, but at the same time, you're making it look like, hey, maybe they were right to let you go. You
Yeah.
know, you go out here and you playing like, oh, I can do what I want. It's my team now. Like, this team sucks, man. It don't matter if it's your team or not. And there's a difference between just going out and doing whatever you want on a bad team and getting good numbers while also playing the right way on a bad team. Like Devin Booker, he was playing the right way and still getting numbers on bad teams.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
Like you can see it. You can see, like, you can go back and watch old games from 2018, 2019, and even right before the bubble of Devin Booker, and you can see, like, yeah, there's improvement every single season. There's seasons where he played point guard, where he made sure that other players were getting the ball. Jordan Poole is not doing that. Jordan Poole is, if he gets the ball, first, second, and third thing he's looking to do is score.
Mm-hmm.
Then he's like, all right, I might pass.
He's gonna get his.
Which, I mean, I know it's not a ton of talent on that team, but there's enough talent to where you're not just, oh, I have to go do everything, like, or I gotta go score every time I touch the ball. Like,
Yeah.
understanding basketball is like, just because the play goes through me doesn't mean I'm the one that gotta shoot it or that I'm the one that's gotta score. Jaden Ivey, I don't think he doesn't understand the game. I just, I want to see more from him. DeAndre Ayton. Ugh. What? Dominating who? Dominating who? Like,
and then he has that tattoo on his back too, bro.
It's giving Kwame Brown, bro.
Oh.
Like, it's not that bad, but it's giving Kwame Brown. Like, dropping passes. I just watched him try to do a spin move on a player smaller than him, and he fumbled it. Threw the ball away.
Man, this ain't the Ayton we seen at damn Arizona, bro.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, man. It's just some players that, got to understand the game of basketball more. And, you can only say it's going to come with time for so long. But, it's game 3 of the season. I'm hopeful for Jalen Green and for Jordan Poole. I'm hopeful. I don't know about old dude in Portland. He got to show me something before I believe in anything.
He got to show you, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he ain't do nothing. What has he shown me the last 3 years to make me believe that?
Oh no, I was just saying it because I know that's just like a common thing we say or common thing I say, but I just think it's funny when you let us say it now. Oh, you gotta show. Oh, so I just gotta show me.
I mean, I'm not nobody. You don't have to show me. I'm just saying, for me to come on here and say, like, hey, he's, I was wrong.
You definitely are somebody, bro. I mean, hey, you a member of the media, and we have a show, and for you to have a positive opinion on, bro, you gotta something positive has to be shown for you to have a positive opinion on a certain player. I mean, I think that's just common.
I just watched Bobby Portis come down and do the best post move or better post move than I've ever seen DeAndre Ayton do. That's all that needs to be said. That's all that needs to be said. Another thing is some of these teams that we thought were going to be good may not be as good as we thought. Obviously it's early, but like the Hawks, people thought the Hawks were going to be good.
Yeah,
they don't look. I mean, they look like the same team.
They got a dub against
I was gonna say, granted, they beat the Bucks last night. But like Timberwolves, they still don't look very good.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's early. A lot of times we see teams start fast, like the Utah Jazz last year.
Yeah.
And then sometimes we see teams start really slow, like the Celtics a couple years ago. So, it's early in the season, so I don't want to beat up on teams too much. But just from the early games I've seen, it doesn't look like it felt like there was a lot of teams that would be really good this year, and so far it's like, maybe not.
Yeah.
And then my last observation, something like that. Tatum, Book, and Luka.
Yo, I got a question for you. After you said this point, because somebody asked me this question before the show, but I got a question for you. It's a real question.
I just when do all 3 of them end up in the top 5 because Booker's only played 1 game this year, but when he did, he was MVP caliber. Looked like one of the best players. Just straight cooked the Warriors. Scored
on foot.
Wanted to when he wanted to. Got other players open or got other players good looks when he wanted to.
Pass to Nurkic at the end of the game. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then obviously
basketball, man.
Tatum,
pass in there.
Yeah, Tatum's been really good. Obviously he's got a lot of talent around him, but he's been good on offense. He's always gonna be really good on defense. Luka, I mean, what more can you? Fadeaway spin 3 off the glass. Like, what do we do?
Hey, relax.
It's basketball, man. What are you talking about?
I know, but you ain't got to remind me, bro.
If it happens to the Heat, we was gonna talk about it.
Yeah, and you'll probably feel the same way. But
the crazy thing is, he just
I almost threw my phone on the ground when I seen that, bro.
Crazy thing is, he hyped up a pass from Devin Booker, but I said that, and he was like, "Come on, chill out, bro." That's crazy.
Against the Brooklyn Nets, man. That's why. If he would have did that to the Dallas, that would have been crazy if I said that. If he would have did that to the Charlotte Hornets, I would have been like, "Oh yeah, that's a tough shot by Luka." But because he did it against the Nets, I'm hating on it. I will admit that. Yes, I'm hating.
Killed the whole momentum of the show. We was, giving props. He was like, "Oh, come on, bro, we ain't doing that." Like, dang, bro, he had a crazy shot. Like, the last
his shot was crazy. Yes,
he hit a Bron, like the Bron on the Wizard shot.
Literally. Yeah.
Like, off the glass, same spot, spin, turn around.
Yeah,
the same shot. Like, it was crazy. Like, I was like, what?
I admit that it was crazy.
Oh, what? And he hit what? Like, he had like 9 straight points going into that or something like that. Like,
how many points he had in the game? He had like what, 49, 47?
Yeah, 49. He had 3 straight threes before that, I think. Went crazy against the Spurs. Like, he playing right now. I got 4 games on, so I haven't seen like all the what he's doing, but he's always gonna fill the stat sheet up. So as long as he stays efficient and stuff like that. Also, I didn't have this man's name written down, but watching the game, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, and watching the game right now, every time I look up, Zion get into the bucket easily.
Oh, facts.
He cooked Julius the other night. Like,
yeah.
I was, oh my God, he's bullying him right now.
Yeah.
And I saw somebody else say this. Why do they keep giving him so much space? Like,
yeah,
you give that full head of steam to run into you. That don't make no sense to me.
Not at
all. Yeah, he can't shoot, but why are you backing up that far?
Come on now.
You can't jump higher than him. You're not stronger than him 9 times out of 10. One of the players that is stronger than him is out for the season. Steven Adams. Who jumping with him and stronger than him?
Nobody.
So why are you giving this man a free reign to the rim? Because he gonna spin, he gonna jump over, he gonna go around with a little euro. It's a lot he can do when he gets to the paint.
Boom on that boy.
He gonna score. Shea too, not just
Shea Cook.
Shea is in that conversation for sure with Luka, Book, and Tatum.
Yes,
Shea's been really good.
Okay, so let me ask you this question then. Rank them best to worst. Luka, Tatum, Book, Jimmy Butler. I'll let you say your ranking before I get my ranking.
You said best to worst?
Best to worst, yes.
Regular season? Or like
talent? Just overall, man. But same time, yeah, and I thought about it. Like I texted my boy back, said my ranking, but now I'm thinking about it, like that last spot is kind of hard.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard because it's like, do I really want this guy here? Because I've seen what he's been able to do throughout his career. And I mean, yeah, he's been in the league.
So you had
other three. I know. I just gave it away. But it's like, all right, so I'll tell you mine then. Since I had Jimmy last, I said Luka. No, did I say Luka Tatum? What did I say? I said Luka Tatum, Book, Butler. but I only got Tatum over Booker because of defense. Like Jason Tatum really emerged as a great defender, a better defender last year, and became a good two-way guy last year. And I feel like he'll build on that this year. But what Booker's been able to do in his career has been crazy too. I mean, like I said, I think the defense is the edge here for Tatum over Book, but it's not that big of an edge. So, I don't think it's a wrong answer here. I think Luka is the best player in this group, but
He's the best offensive player.
yeah, I think he's, I think that's certain, gravity, that,
Heliocentric.
shout out to P, that, which would call it, that certain gravity, whatever, he
Damn.
has when he makes shots or just like takes over games, and we've seen him do it regular season, playoffs. Like he's been able to do it. But I mean, you got a guy like Jimmy who's been able to do it the same way on both sides of the ball. Got his team to the finals two times more than every guy's been in the finals except for Luka. But Jimmy has put the team on his back more than any of the guys on this list. So that's why it's like really hard to put Jimmy fourth, you know. So I don't know, but
for me, one, if Book played for the Celtics, do they have a ring?
if Book played for the Celtics, do they have a ring? Ooh. So I'll put what?
He would have been. He would have been on.
I'll put Jaylen Brown at the 3 instead of putting him at the 2, right?
So that would put
Jaylen Brown
Kyrie season, or the 2 Kyrie seasons.
I don't know. I think about just the time they went to the finals.
Well, yeah, that too. So it would have been.
I'm not thinking about the times they went to the East.
I'm thinking about the past like 4 years.
So you telling me? Well, no, because okay, no, the boy came up short. Yeah, they lost in the first round.
Lost
to the first round of Bucks the Kyrie year. That's when Kyrie was like, "I'm out of here," whatever. And they had Gordon Hayward at that time too. So if they had Kyrie, Gordon Hayward, Jason Tatum, so Kyrie, Book 1 and 2, Gordon Hayward at the 3, Jason Tatum at the 4. Who was their 5? Al Horford. That team is making some noise for sure, and that team probably could beat that Buck team that beat them that year. I would think. I think that Celtics team could have beat that Bucks team, but Kyrie just played terrible, and I feel like he purposely did so because he just wanted to get out of there. But
well, yeah. So I would more so go from like 21 to now.
Like when there was Jason Tatum's team, because it wasn't Jason Tatum's team then. When it became Jason Tatum's team after Kyrie left.
Say so if he was on if Book was on Miami or not on Miami, on Boston last year, you put Book on Boston instead of Tatum. Did they beat the Heat in the conference finals?
No, from what I've seen, it seems to me like Book has been able to show up and been able to close out games a little better than Tatum. And so I would say Book would probably be that deciding factor, would be the difference between them making the finals and not last year.
And then you got to think about, you have defense all around him.
Yeah.
So, and Book is a good defender. Don't get me wrong.
Book is not to say he's a score.
You got Derek White.
He's better on defense.
And Jaylen Brown with Rob Will and Al Horford all around him.
Yeah.
So it's just a question I'm posing. To answer the question,
I just know, like I said, from what I've seen, Book has been a better closer than Tatum from what I've seen. And so that might be the edge there.
And then my question about Jimmy would be, other than the playoffs, which obviously is the most important part, but if you're doing a draft today, and it's not based off the past, it's not based off the future, if it's based off today,
today, as in October.
Those 3 players are drafted ahead of him.
You said are those 3 players drafted ahead of him?
I think those 3 players are drafted ahead of him.
Ahead of Jimmy.
Yeah, I think Luka,
I would believe so
Tatum, and
too.
Book
I
are
think
more.
that's why I had Jimmy last as well, because I would take these guys before I would take Jimmy.
Yeah,
Now Jimmy's a dog, you
not for
know.
sure.
Like if Jimmy, I would probably say Jimmy. These 3 guys are already picked. I'll probably take Jimmy next out of everybody else in the league. Maybe. No. I'm tripping on that. I don't know why I said that, but that's a wild bar. That's gonna get
I
clipped by.
was like, I was like, whoa, you had these dudes 1, 2, and 3.
I'm about to say, yeah, that's wild to think that, but no.
I say it's a dude
All
out
right,
of Denver.
all right. So if these 3 guys are picked, that means Jokic is probably picked beforehand. That means Embiid is probably picked. That means Giannis is probably picked.
Would you pick any of these players before Embiid?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll pick. I'll probably honestly pick all these players before Embiid.
I was thinking the same thing, low key.
Yeah,
I was thinking the same thing, low key. And that's no disrespect to Embiid, but low key, I was
not
thinking the same.
respect the Embiid, but yeah, I'm respectfully picking all these players over Embiid though. Like honestly, only because I don't think I can really run an offense with Embiid as my primary option. Like all of these guys, like I feel like it'll work better if I had any of these other guys as my primary option, like my one option before Embiid. You know,
I'm
now Embiid has been a good one option for the Sixers, but I don't think he's been the one option for the Sixers. And they maybe thought James Harden could have been, that 1B option, but
Mhm.
James Harden ain't there.
They
James
should
Harden
have. They should have went all in
tried
for
to
them.
get on the team playing, and the boy said, "Go home."
That was crazy.
It's funny. James Harden crazy.
Well, to
He
answer
ain't
the
going to Houston though. I don't know where he's going, but go ahead with your answer to the original question.
um, I gotta go Luka 1. I
Uh-huh.
try to. He's got to be better on the defensive end. He's got to be more efficient.
He
This is
does.
the last year that I'm putting him ahead of certain players just because of what he does on offense.
Yeah.
Because there was plenty of years where I ranked James Harden lower than other players because they were better defenders. They were giving you not the same offense, but not that much less offense than he was. Obviously, he was averaging 34, 35, 10 assists a game. But I feel like both sides of the basketball are so valuable to have in your best player. And Luka, I think I think Book is a better leader than both Luka and Tatum at this point. Um, I think Tatum is the best defender out of those 3.
I agree with that as well.
But Book is that far behind. Tatum has the physical tools, and that helps him a lot. But Book over the last couple of years has grown and improved on the defensive end every year. Um, Part of me wants to say Book over Tatum, just because the last couple of playoff runs, Book has been lights out. Obviously, the stuff with the Mavericks happened, but last year, I mean, went crazy against the Clippers, went bonkers against Denver.
Oh my goodness,
Took
yeah.
took 2 games off of them.
Yeah.
He was going absolutely bananas. And I think I don't know how people get to this point where they think KD is better. I don't think KD is better than him today.
Better than
I,
Book.
I think Devin Booker is the best player on that team today.
It's definitely Book's team, and I definitely think they run everything through Book. Like you see in that game 1, like KD had what 18 points in that game?
Something like that.
And Devin Booker was probable for that game, was questionable, and played that game on a bum foot and has proceeded to miss every game since then.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, KD is still KD at 35, and you know, he's he's a 7 foot small forward that can shoot the lights out the ball. Like he's still one of the ones, but I don't know if he's still the one.
I don't think he is.
Yeah.
I just don't think he is. Uh I'll go Luka. For now, Tatum Book. Luka
Okay.
Tatum. for now. But talk to me in December, and I might go Book.
Okay.
For now, I'll go Tatum just because of the defense.
Yeah.
But the defense isn't that far ahead. It's not as far ahead as people would like to make you think.
Yeah.
And sometimes the defense has a lot to do with team. Like if you put Tatum around some of the players that Book has had to play with on the defensive end, then things would look a lot different. Because Tatum has played with some really good defenders. He's played with some All NBA defenders. He's played with
defensive player of the year, Marcus Smart.
Yeah, he's played with Al Horford. He's played with Marcus Smart. He's played with Derek White.
Rob Williams.
All who have made defensive teams. James Brown. Brogdon is a pretty good defender. Like he's played with good defenders his whole career.
Play with a good defender in Drew Holiday now.
Yeah. So and Book, best defender he's played with probably Mikal Bridges, Chris Paul, but it was at the latter years of his career. So, he didn't really get like prime defense Chris Paul, but yeah, I think Devin Booker is getting closer and closer to really putting his name in that hat for one of the best players in the league, and I would say he's probably already top 6 or 7.
Yeah, I mean he's top 7, definitely.
He's getting real close to put himself in that top 5 hat.
Yes,
real close. I think depending on how this season goes,
yep.
He could put himself in that top 5 hat because the playmaking is going to be a premium this year, and if he can average about 7-8 assists, 29 points, 6 rebounds, efficient, and is closing out games, and is just not putting the team on his back per se, but just showing like, hey, this is my team. I don't think you could argue that he's top 5 in the league.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but dang, what was I about to say? Oh, other early observations that you have. Were those all of them?
Yeah, that was the last early observation.
All right, I'll go through mine real quick. Damian Lillard, man. This is something that I thought about in that Philly and Milwaukee game. Man, oh man, bro. I mean, I know that we've known Damian Lillard to be one of the better guards in the league, premier guards in the league, and he's been one of them guys for a long time. And I think him being in Portland kind of affected the way we looked at him. I don't want to say we, like, when I'm saying we, I'm not saying me and Tariq. I'm saying we as in basketball, fans, media members, all that, like, as a whole. I think the way people have talked about and thought about Damian Lillard has been wrong. And he's shown that. And him being on a team like the Milwaukee Bucks is scary for the league. Like, that team can make some real noise and is a real threat, is a real contender. I'm saying this at the beginning of the season. Y'all know me. I'm Mr. You got to show me something. Damian Lillard showed me something Thursday night. He showed me something. I mean, he might have had, not the best game against the Atlanta Hawks, but that game against the 76ers was what I needed to see. Against another Eastern Conference contender or someone who's going to be at the top spot or competing for the top spot in the East. You show up first game of the season like you've been there for your whole career. It was insane to watch. So, in other
Luka is crazy.
Man, what Luka do now, man? I'm tired of Luka, bro. What do you do now?
He just did a step back from half court.
It's sickening. What?
Nigga was at the logo and still did a step back.
What?
I swear to God.
Was like time expired? Did he just do that?
No, bro. That's the craziest part. I looked at the clock. I was like, hold on, bro. Low key, like, you could say it was a 2-for-1, but that's still a crazy shot to take. Just like in rhythm. Just
right.
Just hit the step. Like he's at the Bear or at the Grizzly. Step back.
Lord.
If he stepped back on 2 people,
that's insane.
He turned
all right. Next point I got the Detroit Pistons.
You gotta float it.
The Detroit Pistons, my league pass team, one of my league pass teams. They're actually going up against my other league pass team. and to not wrong, the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Shout out
But
Chet.
shout out Chet. But the Detroit Pistons are going to be a special team. I mean, not saying they're contenders or anything. You know, they're still a young team, still figuring a lot of things out, but they're going to be fun to watch this season, especially under Monty Williams. Monty Williams is known to coaching good young squads and coaching them up to be a good team. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to see how Cade, Jalen Duren, and Asura Thompson ascend and develop under Monty Williams, and with them playing together, like them be able to feed off each other the way they are. I've seen the pick and roll action with Cade and Jalen. I've seen how Cade has been able to facilitate as a point guard. Him averaging 22 and 8 at the moment. And I feel like that'll be pretty consistent throughout the year. Cade has been great these first 3 games. He's been pretty damn good. No, it won't be like a most improved year because he was the number 1 pick. The major improvement he has is health. If he, God willing, he stays healthy. So I hope he does stay healthy and see close to a full season, 60 plus games at least. But Asura Thompson twins in general, man, those guys are straight hoopers, basketball players, man. Like they living definition of ball is life. Those boys live, eat, breathe, sleep basketball, and you see it. Like just some of the plays Asura Thompson made down the stretch of what game was it? Oh, I forgot what game was it. I want to say it was the Chicago game. Yeah, Chicago game where he like made some great defensive plays down the stretch. It just takes, it takes a lot of basketball IQ to play good defense. So you see that, and it's shown early on this season. Who else or what else is there? Oh, Anthony Davis, man. I don't know. There might not be a solution for Anthony Davis, bro. This is the overreaction. This is overreaction, but it might not be a solution for Anthony Davis. It just hasn't been the AD that I thought he would have been or he should be playing at. He just hasn't been played up the par yet through 2 games.
He was one of my dark horses for MVP too. Like if I had a list, had a list of 3 or 4, he'd have been on.
The potential for Anthony Davis pissed me off so bad, bro. It's like he was supposed to be up there, man. Like
he was supposed to be the
best. It was
player.
a conversation. It was a moment in time. It was a conversation for him and Giannis. Like whether who was better or not, bro. Like Anthony Davis for a moment was considered better than Giannis Antetokounmpo before Giannis won his MVP. I remember having conversations talking about who was better with many people. It was a conversation, but now it's not even. You don't even put the 2 in the same sentence no more. Damn, you don't even put the 2 in the same sentence no more, bro. They're like, if you putting them 2 in the same sentence, it's because the Lakers are playing against the Bucks. But
damn,
putting Giannis in the same sentence with Anthony Davis, because that's disrespectful to Giannis.
Jeez.
Anthony Davis, he shows up when he wants to. And it doesn't like he wants to really show up anytime soon, really, man. I don't know. If I'm a Laker fan, bro, I'm just not believing. I'm not a believer in Anthony Davis at this moment, man. It's like, I don't know. Like I said, it's early on in the season. But Anthony Davis just hasn't shown me anything to believe in, man. Like, just hasn't really been it, I'm thinking like he showed me in spurts, that first game, first half, yeah. But to not even score in the second half, let alone put up as many shot attempts as you did in the second half, it's like you didn't even look to score. It's like you want to try to stop the Finals MVP, 2-time MVP. It didn't like you wanted to step up to the plate, bro.
He wasn't trying to be one of them highlights again. Let him step back, fall away threes, one-legged threes.
Man, you gotta say bump that and play defense, man. Next play mentality, man. Like that's terrible that I have that and I play pickup basketball and you don't have that. You're an NBA player. I'm going hard on Anthony Davis right now, but I don't know. Just AD just hasn't really been it for me the last couple of seasons. Like bubble year, yes, he played phenomenal in the finals. No one could stop him. But what the hell happened after that?
Fair.
What the hell happened after that, man? Like,
Fair question.
NBA player, you're supposed to want to get better. Get your like, I feel like I'm giving him Ben Simmons critique right now. Like the smoke I had for Ben Simmons last year, I feel it coming for Anthony Davis, and Anthony Davis not even on my team, and I don't care about the Lakers for whatever. Like I do not care about the Lakers. Only thing I care about the Lakers is year 21 for Braun. That's it. It's all to it. Year
I'm
20.
trying so hard to like watch Lakers games and not be like, oh fuck the Lakers. Like I'm trying so hard. Like
I
I'll be like,
mean, listen, for
I'll
you
be
it's
like,
different because you
Bron.
grew up in a Laker household though.
Exactly. That's
You
why.
grew up in a Laker household, so that has been trained within you for a long time, like long part of your life. So it's hard for you to get that out of you, you know. I understand because I grew up in a semi-Laker household. So yeah.
I'll be watching. I'll be like, yeah, Bron, go, show me something, Bron. Go get you one, Bron.
Even the fans. Same thing with the
And most
Cowboys.
of the
And
ball, and
I
I'll be
ain't
like,
gonna lie,
oh,
same thing with the Yankees, same thing with everybody's hated franchises, most hated franchises. It's the fans. The fans be the ones that make people
nah,
hate the team the most.
that Laker gold too, bro. It's
You
that
don't
Laker.
think they go?
It's that pinstripe. It's a lot. It's everything that comes with the franchise. It's not at a certain point. It's more than just.
Some of it I can get down with, Like I like how they wear the white jerseys on Sunday. That's cool. It's just like just different things that, different things that goes on with their identity that,
There's certain franchises I just don't rock with.
save. Oh, okay.
Celtics.
What else is there? You're not gonna like this last one, but I
You
wrote
probably
I wrote
you probably
Brandon
feel like
already. I don't know. He's had a good game in this game against the Nets for sure. He's leading them in scoring. Um, yeah, he's just been a problem for the Nets. And I mean, another game, I haven't watched many, or I think this is the first Charlotte Hornets game I'm watching this season. But from the looks of it, he's played well. I'm just gonna keep it at that. Pro ready. I seen him. Whatchamacallit? See him with a crazy dunk. Wait, was that against the Pistons? No, yeah, that was against the Pistons. So yeah, I missed that game for the Pistons, and I saw the dunk, whatever. But like I said, for already.
anyways.
So yeah, all right. What else? What's next? What are we transitioning to?
Favorite thing so far this season.
Favorite thing so far, Cam Thomas. Come on, I'm
We
sorry.
already talked about Cam
No,
Thomas to
we
start.
talked about Cam Thomas. I'm not gonna talk more about Cam Thomas, but favorite thing so far has been Cam Thomas.
They already knew that.
All right then.
So why you say it again?
Because I had to reiterate that Cam Thomas has been my favorite thing this season. But I'll let you get.
I thought the bias was gone.
I'll let you get the floor to read because I know you got something different from what you said earlier. So I will let you have the floor and let you present your favorite thing that has happened so far this NBA season.
I also have a question
Okay.
after this, but the Nuggets.
Mm.
I think a lot of people, they're like, oh, the Suns, the Celtics, the Bucks. I think a lot of people, a lot of media, a lot of fans underestimated the Nuggets, and
I don't know how they're reigning champs.
I think last year they did it. I think they're doing it again this year. To where they're not thinking of them like, oh, when how many experts have you heard say that the Nuggets are going to the championship? Or have you heard Bucks, Suns, Celtics, Lakers, Bucks?
It seems like they're getting counted out again this year. It's like, oh yeah, they did it last year. Cool. They're not gonna do it again this year.
Like, I got an honest question.
I remember whatchamacallit. I was watching Through the Wire when they were at whatchamacallit, they're at Denver. P was just like, Yeah, we ain't coming back here next year.
Wow.
Yeah, he said that to the crowd.
Wow.
He's like, he's like, Denver, I love y'all. You know y'all been great, but I don't think we coming back here next year. I don't think
Would
we'll be next year.
would he have said that in Golden State? Did he say that last year in Golden State?
I don't know.
Would he say that if they was in Milwaukee,
I don't know.
Phoenix?
I don't know.
My question is, well, I have two questions because I just thought of this. How valuable do people think Bruce Brown really was? And I don't mean no disrespect, but he was bouncing around teams before he got to
Hey, he
Denver,
was in Detroit and Brooklyn before he got to
and
Denver. He
he didn't
wasn't
have
there for long on
role.
either team. He played 2 seasons in Brooklyn. He played a couple seasons in Denver, or maybe
Yeah,
a season in Denver. I want to believe
played one season in Denver.
one
Yeah,
season in no, not in, yeah, in Denver. I meant to say Detroit. I meant
Detroit. Yeah, he played a few seasons in Detroit.
played a few seasons in Detroit, 2 seasons in Brooklyn. Yeah, I mean Bruce Brown.
He's a good
Uh,
player. Good
he's
player.
good. He's a good defender. You know, he's a good role player. Good to have on your team. But it's 10, 15 Bruce Browns in the league.
That's a fact.
Like,
And they have one on the team
and
already.
Reggie Jackson showed it. That
Uh,
game,
that's they're different players. They're different players.
they're different players, but like same impact, same effect.
If you was gonna say same impact, like same kind of player, that's Christian Brown or Peyton
Yeah,
Watson.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like both of them bring the same things that Bruce Brown could bring you. They don't bring as much offense,
yeah,
uh, and like playmaking that
Reggie,
Bruce Brown can bring, but
yeah,
they both bring things on the defensive end, hustling and
yeah,
second
yeah, yeah,
that they don't bring. So in that case, it looked like okay, they didn't add anything. So a part of me was like, hey, I need to see something. I need to see like how they start out the season.
yeah. Mm-hmm,
They've looked fantastic and they played good teams.
mm-hmm,
They played LA,
mm-hmm.
who a lot of people had as contenders. They played OKC last night, um, and blew them out. And I can't remember who they played in the second game, but they played Memphis. And Memphis played them well, but
Oh yeah,
they have that feel of they know what they want to do and when they want to do it. The game gets close. Jokic Murray pick and roll.
yeah.
Uh, we're playing 2-man game. We're doing something, but I think something that people haven't really, or people weren't really thinking about, is Aaron Gordon's confidence following the finals. MPJ. A lot of people start talking about him being able to grow offensively and him being able to grow as a player. He's rebounding the ball really well. I need to watch some more on the defensive end. I don't want to say he's improved on the defense. I need to like lock in and watch him on the defensive end. But he's not shooting well right now, but he's a 40% shooter, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, man, I just think Denver is still gonna be right there at the very end. I mean, I picked them to go back to the finals last week, so obviously I think they're gonna be right there.
I
But
mean,
after watching the first week, um, and I think the experience that they have together, I think that helps them against teams like Milwaukee,
mm-hmm,
Boston,
mm-hmm.
because while Boston has been to the finals, they haven't been over that hump. They haven't gotten the experience and the taste of winning. They haven't experienced winning as a team together. They've experienced a lot of heartbreak, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you ever get over the hump.
A lot of shortcomings for sure.
The Bucks, they got over the hump at 21, but since
Yeah,
then they lost in Game 7 to Boston,
yeah.
and then last year they got smoked by Miami as a 1 seed. So the last 2 years since you won a championship, it's been failure. Like
What was that
you
word you say?
you failed in getting to your goal. I didn't call Giannis a failure. I didn't say they are failures, but they failed in getting to the ultimate goal. They failed in their ultimate goal. That doesn't mean I'm not getting into that again. But what I'm saying is,
Just say, just say it.
The Nuggets really have only lost a series healthy in the bubble.
Yeah.
And that was the conference finals where if Jeremy Grant doesn't switch, or if Jeremy Grant and Mason Plumlee communicate on the switch and AD don't get a wide open shot, that series might be completely different. And they might be in the finals, and they might be playing the Heat. And they might have 2 championships by at this point. So
Big what if?
we could have had 2 Miami and Denver finals for real. But and then after that, Jamal got hurt, so he missed 2 playoffs.
Yep.
The first playoffs they got back, finals. So you can say what you want, but in the playoffs, it really comes down to the best player and the next best player a lot of times.
Yes.
So if Jokic is by far the best player in the playoffs, and his second guy is dropping 30s and 40s, and you can't stop him, it don't matter what names on the other side. It don't matter if you got Bradley Beal. It don't matter if you got Kevin Durant. Because, you added Bradley Beal, you still don't have an answer for Nikola Jokic because it's damn sure not Yusuf Nurkic.
No.
It's not.
I
just watched Porzingis get cooked by Bam the other night. So he for sure not the answer. So, yeah, these teams, they loaded up. Yeah, you brought in Dame. Brook Lopez is not guarding Jokic. And if you put Giannis out there, he's going to be tired as hell. So you're going to put a lot of pressure on Dame, who's also going to have to chase around somebody on the offensive. He either going to have to have to chase around KCP while KCP is chasing him around. He's going to have to chase around MPJ, or he's going to have to chase around Jamal Murray. It's not easy. Like I'm just letting y'all know this.
Oh yeah. It's not
a lot of teams that have, not a lot of teams that have an answer for Jokic. I don't think there is a team that has an answer for you.
I don't think so.
You can say, oh, Draymond. He cooked Draymond with no Jamal and no MPJ. Go look.
Definitely no damn.
Go look. Like, yeah, Draymond gave him some trouble for sure. But if he had Jamal out there, it's a whole different ball game.
That's one
entirely different ball game. But that's my spill on the Nuggets.
For sure. What was I about to say or ask? Involving, I don't think I was about to say or ask anything. Next one. 1 and 2. We good. We here. No 0 for 82. We escaped that.
I remember when like a couple years ago, before we did the pod stuff, like if we won the first game, I'd be like 82 and 0.
Yep.
On Twitter, and then you change like 80 and 2.
I was ready for it, yeah.
79 and 3. You like people put the records in their Twitter.
Yeah. People still do that, but
Yeah, it's weird at this point, man. You can't.
We grown. Let me stop. That's wild. But all in all, though, man, we do have something new this season. You got the NBA bite and the WNBA's flow here. No, I'm playing. But you got the in-season tournament. We don't have a name for it, but it's called the in-season tournament. So the NBA in-season tournament, thought the promo for it was kind of cool. It's like a heist in a casino. I mean, they are playing in Vegas for it. As far as like the finals of the in-season. Oh, we got a fight in Indiana. Boys getting after it. Not a fight, but there's some static between the Bulls and the Pacers.
You watching the game, or it came to you? Oh shit! We found out he was Pacers and the Bulls.
Yeah, I saw. Because my league pass teams are at halftime, so I'm like, oh, 4-quarter close game. Oh man, Levine trying to get bucked, boy. Levine mad. All right, listen. Oh, that's another thing we didn't talk about. The Bulls and their players only meeting after game 1. You have a players only meeting after game 1. That's not a good look.
They played one
game. So you gotta fix this right now.
I've had enough.
And you based on players only meeting, based on Levine dropping 50, and based on him getting mad right now, I'm thinking Levine called that beat.
You want to know what's crazy? And Kenny said this on the show. The fact that DeRozan said we ain't play our best, or like we ain't try hardest in game 1 of the season. It's crazy. Like not game 55, not game 17,
25, not game 72.
Game 1 you couldn't get up for. Game 1 you wasn't about to bring your all. That's crazy.
No, that's not good. But back to I was saying, NBA in-season tournament, the finals will be played in want to say in late November, and
the finals is December.
December. Okay,
December 9th.
Yeah, and so these NBA Cup games, the NBA in-season tournament games, they be on what, Tuesdays and Fridays. I think they start Friday, this upcoming Friday. And the NBA released the court designs for all 30 teams. And the court designs are based off this terrible City Edition jerseys and made for even more terrible court designs, in my opinion. Like, I don't know, these just look like you played on what's the thing called on 2K? Not rec, but the Pro-Am, where you get your own team and you make your own team like jerseys and stuff like that. Looks like they playing on Pro-Am courts. But one thing to notice, they do have the NBA in-season tournament trophy on the court, like the design, like on the court design, and then at center court. So could that mean will we be getting a return of the Larry O.B. trophy in the final?
We better.
You need to, man. It's long overdue, man. It hasn't been there since 2012 maybe?
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Maybe 2010, I think.
2010 was the last time?
I feel like the last time we saw it was the Lakers Celtics series.
Really?
I don't think it was there for the Miami Dallas series.
Really?
It definitely wasn't there for OKC Miami.
No.
I feel like 2010 game
wasn't there for any of the Spurs and Miami series either. It might have been there for the Spurs and Miami. You sure it wasn't there for the Spurs and Miami series?
I think Boston and
I think the finals logo was like the cursor joint. I think that was on the court, but I don't think the big Larry O.B. was on it.
Yeah, last time I remember seeing that was 2010. I don't think it was there 2011.
So it's been 10 plus years.
They need to bring that shit back though. That had a different feel for the
finals. What do you think about the NBA doing an in-season tournament?
I think it's good for some teams. I think some teams won't really care or try, but I think the teams like a Memphis, a Dallas, a OKC, a Detroit, Orlando, teams that need to win something to give, I think even the Clippers, Clippers
get NBA in-season tournament championship before they get a real championship.
But I think for the psyche and for the feeling of winning something, I feel like that's important. Obviously, Kawhi's won an actual championship, so it's not gonna be him. But I think some of the players on that team, like, they need something to be like,
they can get together and play for something that means a little something. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, obviously the finals game, like the bracket games or whatever, aren't going to count towards season standings. But I mean, it's a good moment, I guess. I mean, you have it in college. This man can't tell him score 30 again. You have it in college with like the Maui Invitational or like the different invitational that you have around like when the season first starts or whatever, and you seen how that has like helped teams, build chemistry, whatever.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean,
gives them games that really matter, like games that both teams are gonna get up for.
Yeah,
and give you some kind of experience. Like, all right, when this team gives their all and we give our all, it gives you a playoff. Hopefully, it gives you a playoff type feel,
right?
Like, season. So it gives you that I won't say experience, but it gives you that like, all right, we're gonna band together as brothers and we're gonna go out here and we're gonna get this win. And I think if you win something like that, or if you even get to like semifinals or the finals for certain teams, I think that's an important moment as a team that they could have. Like even like the Pelicans, I feel like the Pelicans, that would be like super important for it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to think of other teams like in the East.
Teams that are like
we like the Knicks can be together.
Cleveland, Indiana, like teams like that. teams like that that could really use it catapult. But
Maybe
like the Celtics, the Bucks, the Lakers, Denver, the
it
Warriors,
probably make it.
they probably won't care. The
Might
Suns,
win
probably.
it by accident, honestly, yeah.
But I think any team under a top 3 seed in each conference,
Contending team, yeah.
I feel like it's
I want to say non-contending because we seen an AFC get to the finals.
yeah, yeah.
So,
I don't think
but
I don't think
not
my
that are the top contenders or what the consensus would consider contenders. Not one of them, but
I don't think Miami would care about it though.
yeah.
I don't think
All in
Jimmy
all, though, man, this would be this is a good
or
effort
Giants
for helping.
crazy.
It's a good effort for helping to make the regular season matter more. A lot of things people say like, "Oh, regular season don't really matter that much." Oh, I don't really tune into the playoff time, whatever. This is giving everybody involved a reason to make them, whatchamacallit, a reason to make the regular season matter. So,
Especially teams that don't play and like teams that haven't been to playoffs in a long time, like teams like the Rockets, teams like the Pistons, like the Magic. I mean, the Magic were there pretty soon or pretty recently, but not with any of these players. Those are important moments for them. Like even like the play in, like when Charlotte made the play in a couple years back to back. Even though they got blown out both games, I thought those were pretty good experiences. And obviously, things went the other way because of players and off the court issues and things like that. But um, if you go about it the right way, the NCAA tournament can be vital for certain teams that are.
okay. Last thing not talk about that. Ask about this subject. So with the tournament playing an extra handful of games, do you think that make players shy away from wanting to play well in the tournament games or like the qualifying games or whatever because that they don't really care about some mid-season in-season tournament that they will have to play more games for and want to rest up for the playoffs or take that time to not really play or focus more on the main goal rather than the side goal.
I think since it's early in the season, you won't see too much of that. I feel like if it was like February, Marchish, then maybe teams will start coasting and not care about it as much. But since it's early in the season and it's something teams can build off of as the season goes on, obviously some teams won't take it as seriously, like uh, just because it's not a huge accomplishment at the end of the day, but depending on how you go about it, it can be. Um, but there's probably some players that either still want to rest or don't really care about playing in the game, and that's just who they are at this point. A season tournament is for fans. It's for teams and players that want to a chance to win something. So
Yeah.
if there's players that don't want to take part and don't want to give their all, then don't step on the court because we want to watch players that want to play.
Yeah.
That's just honest. So I don't care if it's Braun. I don't care if it's Luca. I don't care if it's Giannis. If they don't want to play, don't put them on the court because I don't want to watch nobody play 50%, 70%. If you're not gonna play your all, and you're not gonna, play hard for the fans that paid a lot of money to go watch you play,
Yeah.
then don't step on the court. Honestly, just don't step on the court.
Another thing I just thought about the turnout for this, like as far as like the games that are played in Vegas, that could be a deciding factor for bringing the NBA team to Vegas. I know that's been talks for a while, and that gets brought up every summer. With the Las Vegas Aces being the team and the WNBA and their success. USA camp being held there every summer, and how they had summer league held there every summer, and people the turnout and stuff, and how more professional leagues are looking at Vegas as a spot, or they're expanding their leagues to Vegas, or they're moving their teams to Vegas. You got the Athletics moving to Vegas. You got the Raiders that have moved to Vegas. You got the Vegas Golden Knights that are in the NHL. So this can be a factor in seeing an NBA team in Vegas within the near future. So I mean, all in all, though, man, I see more good for the league than I see bad. You know, I see it positive, and I see it as a fun incentive for players to get behind.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, other in other news, other topics, something I just remembered. They changed the All-Star format back to East-West. Thoughts on that?
Uh, kind of the same as the in-season tournament. I feel like certain players ain't gonna care whether it's East or West, whether they get picked. And I think, like, to be honest and to be fair, like players like Jokic, like he's arguably the best player in the league. Was arguably the best player in the league last year. He was the second to last picked.
Of the starters,
Off.
yeah.
That's ridiculous. What are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
I get you picking your friends, you're picking your teammates, but come on, like, what are we doing? So, like, why would he go out there and play hard when the players that he playing with disrespecting him and just pretending like he's not even sitting there, to the point where he had to get up and force LeBron to pick. Like he was gonna pick Jokic over Sabonis anyway, but like, come on, what are we doing? Like, that goes back to people picking people that look like them, people that they feel like they can relate to. Let's just be honest. Like, they was gonna leave him there because they don't know Jokic like that. Jokic don't talk to people. But Giannis was the same way a couple years ago. Giannis didn't want to train with nobody. Didn't want to,
Now he
get
telling people to pull up to Milwaukee.
what?
Now he telling people to pull up to Milwaukee.
Yeah, but he didn't want nobody to come. He didn't want nobody to come train. He didn't want to team up with nobody. And once his personality got out, people understood who he was. Obviously things changed, but these dudes come from a different country and they have different cultures, and they don't grow up, with the same people.
Yeah.
Obviously LeBron
Each other for
had grow up together, but LeBron was probably the first superstar to, I don't want to say be buddy, but be friends with the other top players in the league.
Oh yeah, because you see that from Kobe.
You don't see that in many leagues. Like, you don't see that in many leagues. Like, NBA is the only league where you really see that. So
off there,
I just feel like the All-Star game, it's never gonna get back to where it was in the early 2000s, where it felt like it really mattered. Like, both teams were playing really hard. Just because
you ain't got a lot of.
There's a lot of players that would rather be on vacation, would rather be with their family. So, and I feel like for Adam Silver, I feel like if you get a sense of that, or if you ask players like, "Hey, do you actually want to be in this game?" Like, and they say no, then replace them. They still get that nod. They still get that accomplishment on their record, on their accomplishments. But you replace them with somebody that is deserving, that will go out there and actually want to play on both sides of the ball. Like Anthony Edwards and Halliburton, both were just sitting on the bench last year, just chilling. They played like 5 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me they wouldn't have gone out there and actually tried to play? Like, I'm not just trying to watch a 3-point shootout in a
Yeah, them really just came down and chuck shots. Like,
it was terrible.
Everybody took turns going 1 for 28.
Literally. Even at the end of the game, when he was like, "All you need is this," they went down and was trying to shoot 4-point shots to win the game, and it took them like 8 or 9 things. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
So
I
don't think East West is gonna be anybody playing hard.
Shot.
Nobody really got pride in being in the East or being in the West. So, like, that don't change nothing. So unless you get them incentive to actually play hard, I don't think it's gonna change anything.
Yeah.
It's a different era. It's a different league now.
Definitely is, man. Hopefully one day it returns back to, that old love of the game, love of the sport. I want to win. Give you my all.
It's competitive. Do you want to be better than a player?
We got the top guy in the East going up against the top guy in the West, and they're duking it out, battling how they used to back in the day, back in the Bron, Kobe, D-Wade era, when those guys were going at it. Like Kobe damn near broke Dwayne Wade nose. No,
No,
vice versa. Vice
D-Wade
versa.
broke.
D
D-Wade broke.
Wade damn near broke Kobe nose in the All-Star game.
He did break his nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
He
people,
wasn't
they
going at it.
because it was pride. They was like, okay, this dude, y'all think this dude better than me. This is like, especially because if you in the East and you in the West, you only play him twice.
Yeah.
This is one time where the whole world is watching. Where, hey, KD versus Bron tonight, Jokic versus Embiid tonight,
and we finally saw KD versus Brown for the first time in 5 years.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it was fun. It was fun. But
it was fun. I mean, at the same time with the other format, we did see guys team up with each other that we would never see because we got to see Giannis and Steph team up with each other because neither of them are leaving their teams anytime soon. But yeah, Ben almost had a triple double. Ben has been playing good. That's one of my other favorite things I should add. Ben Simmons playing like Ben Simmons again. Ben Simmons is playing well.
That's what you should have.
I mean, Cam Thomas got 3 straight games of 30 points, so I'm not going to not mention that. And Mikal Bridges has 24 points.
But Cam Thomas is the best player on the team, right?
Best scorer on the team.
You said best player before the
Best
show. Oh, that's crazy how you switch up like that.
It's too early to really tell who's the best player on the team, but he's the best scorer on the team. But yeah, you got any other topics, questions? Things you want to mention?
I don't know when we started the show, and I don't want to go too long, but I do want to give.
I think we're over the hour point, so.
Okay. Just real quick.
Watch.
Shout out to Franz. Franz playing really well.
Okay.
My MIP pick. Steph. Steph is Steph, man.
Steph is Steph. What he did to Dylan Brooks the other night was insane.
Oh my God, I had that boy jumping for joy. Jumping for joy. That boy was jumping for candy, jumping for ice cream. He thought it was cloudy with a chance of meatballs. He was jumping everywhere.
That boy was jumping to conclusions.
That boy was out there. Kirk Franklin. Stomp. He was out just everywhere. Just left foot, right foot. Like he Tootsie sliding, cha-cha slide. He's doing everything. But yeah, man. Steph and Jokic might be my favorite 2 players in the league, and I know that's like, they're one of the best players in the league, obviously. But
obviously, I mean, shit. Hey, they can be the best players in the league. I mean, be your favorite. The best players can be your favorite players.
Yeah.
But
I got a lot of players in the league, but I think right now, like watching Jokic and watching Steph play, like I don't think you can look at 2 better basketball players to watch. Like if I had to say, like, hey, obviously not everybody can watch Jokic because they're not 7 foot, but if somebody's like, hey, show me somebody that will show me how to understand basketball just by watching them play, Nikola Jokic. Like, how did he see that?
He does everything, bro. He literally does everything.
And then Steph, like, who wouldn't want to watch that dude shoot from anywhere? Yeah. Oh wait, I see most people shoot from the line. This dude shooting from way back here. Like, even people that don't understand basketball realize, like, hey, that's kind of far, don't you think? Like, it just amazes people. Like, oh my God, this dude is crazy. Like, no, he actually is. This dude is insane. Like, you have to be insane to think, like, hey, this is money, no matter where I shoot it from.
I'm letting it fly right here. Oh, this is good. Oh, this
like,
was it.
It's crazy.
That's
and then Wemby.
Yeah.
He's had some good moments. He's had some, the Spurt or the Mavericks game. They was kind of
tight whistle.
Refs was kind of selling. I'm not gonna lie. Refs was selling.
Ain't nobody come to see you, refs.
At all. Y'all know why we here. Y'all know why they on national TV.
They came to see the game. They came to see Wemby.
Shout out Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson though. They playing some
basketball.
Jeremy Sohan looks pretty good as a point guard. I can't lie. He looks pretty good.
Those look good, man.
The spacing can get a little ugly sometimes, but it's okay. But yeah. They miss him on some easy shots though. They got to understand. Bro, 7'4" with a crazy wingspan. Throw it up.
Blocking shots, bro.
Throw it up. They threw one up the other night and he caught it and threw it behind his head. Like, what?
Bro asked for the lob at the 3-point line. I'll never get over that. That was preseason. Listen, when I say show me something, that's all I need to be shown right there. He asked for a lob at the 3-point. He said, "Hey, pass to him." Said, "You know what to do."
He could literally get the ball, and take 2
And
dribbles.
jump from damn near to, like a step or two
He
behind.
could literally get the rebound, take 2 dribbles, and get a layup. That's insane to think about. Like, remember when you have a tryouts and they be like 4 dribbles? You like 4 dribbles? He can take 2 and get a layup. That is insane. Like, lay. Like, what?
I only see one other person jump from where he's jumped from to do certain things. My boy, shout out my boy Justin. My boy Justin in tryouts one day. He damn near jumped from the free throw line to LeBron block somebody.
Oh no, that's insane.
I said, "Oh,
that's insane."
Tryouts the year I was on the team was insane, bro. Like, it was it was so fun. Like, you had a homie cross somebody up, like put him on the floor on his back, laugh while splashing the 3 on that. Like, he's like, ha, 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 ha.
No.
I passed him the ball. He did not say, "Yo, what is going on?"
Nah, that's actually crazy. And
like,
tryouts, because tryouts been full, boy.
Man,
packed.
Maybe survival of the fittest though.
But that's all I had.
That 60, 65. That 65 turned to 25 real quick. And then that 25 only turned to 15.
Sure is.
So,
but yeah, that's
man.
all.
Good episode, cool episode, you know, check in with y'all, you know, beginning of the season. It's a new season. Cheers to a new season.
Yeah, man.
We got special for you guys later on in the week. Got some special guests joining the show. So be sure to be on the lookout for that. Make sure to follow us on social media. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe on this video right here. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, at the show. Our personal apps are right here if you want to follow us as well. Thank you guys for tuning into another episode of the Hoodie and the Headband podcast show. I'm your co-host as always, Bryce Warner, signing out.
Appreciate y'all. Will Smith, baby.